The compass was invented before the clock. So it's not about the amount of time, it's about the direction. And I think sometimes people get caught up with the amount of time it's going to take for their goals, to get the family they want. They feel like, I got to hit it by this time. Baby, it's about the direction you're going in. Look at what you're doing, the steps that you're taking, how you're guiding yourself, who you're aligning with, how you're acting. That's more important than the time it takes. Because what we are true testaments of is, baby, I could have, like you said before, with all these reality stars, I could have saw an opportunity and said, oh, fuck, it's supposed to happen now. I still don't even know what's greater is coming, but I do know the direction I'm going.
Hey Raindrops, thank you all so much who have subscribed to the channel. You guys have really helped spread the word, build this channel together, because I can't do this without you guys. And I know y'all want me to interview a lot of people, child, but in order for me to do that, I need to make sure my subscribers match the millions of people who do watch my videos. So all you have to do, okay, is hit the subscription button. That's it. I ain't asking for much, child. And enjoy this video. Raindrops, on today's episode of Reality with the King, look, he is not only my friend, he's one of my faves. He also has been one of my most requested interviews. We've been trying to do this since I started my podcast in 2023, but God's timing is always perfect. Please give it up for the iconic, he goes by one name only, Karamo.
Hey!
You ain't gonna come. Beyonce, Janet, Britney,
Madonna,
Shaka, Aretha,
okay,
Nene.
Okay, Nene, Karamo in there.
You look good.
So do you, baby.
No! Listen, the Raindrops, I have to know, he is like one of my good Judies.
Good friends.
And I have to say, thank you for saying yes, finally, bitch.
I've been said yes. I've been said yes. It's always been scheduling.
Yeah.
And what I tell you for the interview, I said, there's nothing off limits. You can ask me anything. You know I'm open book with you, baby.
You are.
You already know where the skeletons is buried. So I can't even lie about it if I wanted to. You already know.
But listen, the thing about you is this. You are an open book. And I think that's the reason why none of this, to me, is a surprise, because I never said this publicly because I've been waiting for the moment to give you your flowers publicly. I do it privately because he and I always are texting and DMing and all those things. But as we celebrate Pride, I'm not here to celebrate you just being, a gay activist, an openly gay black man, the first ever to come out on reality television. You are an icon for sure. And it's not something I'm saying loosely. It's because you are genuinely a good person.
Thanks.
You have never changed.
Thanks.
You have never switched up. And the thing that I want to say to people, when I was casting for the Next 15, you don't know this.
You told me you had a story, and I was like, what story is this? I don't know.
It wasn't supposed to be a co-ed show.
It wasn't.
The network was toying with the idea, do you want to make it like Hollywood Divas, which was my successful show on TV One, all women. Do you want to make it about women, or do you want to make it co-ed? And I said, I don't know. Let me just start casting. You are the reason why we made the show co-ed.
Did not know that.
Because when I was auditioning people, we met because listen, they don't know this. I did the casting myself.
You did.
It wasn't like somebody was there interviewing you. It was me.
Uh-huh.
And not only were you early.
I do stay on time.
Like he was today.
I do stay on time.
I'm like, I'm 5 minutes away. He's like, that's okay. I'm in the lobby. I'm like, this bitch was always early.
Okay.
You were early. You were the consummate professional. And I was so impressed by you. And I remember you leaving the interview, and I called the network and I said, we have to make the show co-ed. Because I said I have to cast him.
I did not know that.
You are a star to me.
I appreciate that. Hold on, but I told you earlier, so first of all, thank you for telling me that story. And it goes to what I was, because now I need to give you your flowers publicly. Because the way you put us as black folks on, in front of the camera, behind the camera, people out there, y'all need to understand how hard this is for people of color. And this man consistently puts people on. And y'all might want to attack, but y'all don't realize there's network people above that do this stupid stuff. This man is always protecting us, always putting us on, always caring for us. And that next 15, I was trying to break in after being on The Real World. This is years later.
Yeah.
And I needed something that was going to make me put me in a position where people saw me back as a household name, saw me as somebody with value. And I couldn't find that opportunity because everyone was still, this is the time when like, you know, we both gay and black. They was like, no.
Yeah.
You might come on as a friend, you might come on here, but you're not gonna be leading anything.
You're not on the poster.
You're not on the poster. You are not on the poster. And Carlos said, you're on the poster. And I'm going to put you next to these women who are iconic. Man, Benzino was there too.
Yeah.
These people who have large careers. And I was so thankful that another gay black man put me on. And I told you, I said, I'm going to do whatever you want. You tell me. You tell me what you want. Baby, I'm going to show up. I'm going to do it. You know what I mean? But I just had to give you that flowers because that was really the catalyst for me having a name to walk into rooms. That right there was the one where people were like, "Oh, I saw you on the carpet with Claudia Jordan. Mm-hmm. I saw you're with that guy who started that magazine, Benzino." It just all of a sudden put me in conversations that I wasn't in before, and that's solely because of you.
Thank you for that. No,
solely.
The thing for me has always been, you can't be in this position and not open doors for people who look like you. And when it comes to the reality genre, listen, the sort of surrounding narrative is mess. And we don't talk enough about the opportunity and the way the doors open up for you, which is why all of your success is not a surprise to me. But I do want to start back early. Explain to us, like, who was Karamo Brown as a young black kid growing up?
I think I was a bit of a dichotomy. I was pretty insecure because I grew up in a Caribbean household. My parents aren't from this country. My family's Jamaican and Cuban, where I was consistently bombarded with comments that I was less than because of my sexuality. Because, you know, I told everyone that I was gay when I was 15. And so people don't realize that.
Tell us what year that was, though, because
this is rare. 1995. So y'all gonna understand, 1995, I'm walking through here like this is who I am. And it was constant, you know, berating, constant this, you're not that. And it broke me. But on the flip side, even though it was breaking me, and when I was alone, I would be like, I'm hurting, this is so bad. In public, at school, I was the shit. I ain't give a fuck. What? Well, tell me something. And so I had this like broken but fearless thing that was happening consistently. Like, I feel fearless. I'm gonna do it because if I can stand up to my father, who was playing, you know, Buju Banton at this time, Boom Bam Bye and a Bach. You know, like you 15 years old and they're like, you like, okay, Dad, you know, and so I was fearless but also broken. And that little boy just said he's gonna do whatever he can to make sure that no one else feels broken. And that was literally the catalyst. It was like the catalyst for why I do everything that I do, is that I said, no one else is gonna be broken.
Do you remember the first time you knew, like, okay, I'm gay?
Yes.
When was it?
I saw Shamar Moore's fine ass. That's what that.
Now our mutual friends ex.
Oh, listen, I've heard the story about Shamar, baby.
I have too.
Okay.
Hey, girl, hey.
Okay.
Our mutual girlfriend that dated him.
Yes. But I'll tell you, that man, in the 90s, I mean, everything. And I just said, oh, if this the option, baby. I want that. There's options. And yeah, but you know, in reality, I kind of knew before then. Like, there's always whispers for us as kids from adults. And this is the thing that sometimes I try to tell people as a father. You know, people always want to say that gay people are sexualizing children. They make that as some narrative to dig at us. But the truth is that we're not. Every story I have of someone over-sexualizing me or sexualizing me before I was ready was from straight people. All the girls in my life, women in my life talking about, that's your girlfriend. You don't want to give her a kiss? You don't want to hold that? I'm 3. I'm 4. I'm 5. I haven't even thought of that. And it was, oh, this is my little man. This is my boyfriend. This is my husband. Oh, come here. Oh, baby, if you was older. Those are the comments that I received. And it made me immediately realize, first of all, that like, oh, I'm supposed to be sexual. And, you know, like, this is required of me as a man. Like, I'm supposed to put on this presence of this. But then at the same flip side, I was like, you call me your boyfriend. I don't like that. Like, not just because you're older, but also because let your husband call me that. And so, you know, that was when I really realized.
Yeah. And it's funny you say that, too, because one thing that I find so disturbing and odd, people think there's this gay agenda. And what is so interesting is because you see two men kissing in front of the cameras and stuff, it doesn't make anyone gay. We grew up watching nothing
but straight people kissing.
And it did nothing for me.
Nothing
for me. And that's what's so fascinating about me. Like I knew when I was a little kid, but it wasn't until I watched LL Cool J's On Bad video that I was like, oh, Janet Jackson, I find iconic. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I find her iconic. I want to do the Rhythm Nation dance with it, you know. But baby, I don't want to do it.
No,
yeah.
I'm into this, and that was so interesting.
LL Cool
for me.
J makes so much sense now. The people you date.
So
this makes so much sense now. When we look at okay, now I know where this came from.
My taste.
When I tell y'all one day I'm gonna do the Carlos King exclusive, cause I'm gonna do the Carlos King exclusive. I'm gonna sit down and let you tell your tea one day, because baby, you got all the tea, baby, and you also have a life story that people need to hear.
I actually do, and look,
you do.
I will give it to you.
Yeah, we're gonna sit down and make
the
this
story.
happen. We're gonna sit this out. Yeah.
But you obviously had a child, which means you slept with a woman. So talk to us about that decision, and were you trying to just see if this is what I want? Because I can't get an erection with a woman. So the fact that you even proceeded to do that.
Well, it was only because I was 15. And so, like, you know, the wind could blow and, like, she was ready, okay? Like, the wind could someone could sneeze and I was ready, okay? It was, you know, that's the Caribbean roots, okay? But
is it true what they say about Jamaican men?
It is. Everything is say about us.
Really? Scorpio.
Oh, I'm a Scorpio.
November at that.
I am a freak. I am, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I have no issues.
Do you have any boundaries?
No. But see, this is the thing. The loving personality, I'm going to give y'all. The loving personality that's sweet and want to fix stuff, I'm the exact opposite in the bedroom. You know what I mean? Like, my partner calls me daddy. You know what I mean? And I take that to heart. Like, I pay bills. Like, I do it all. Yeah, you see it. Like,
no, I am the exact same way.
Yeah, I'm paying the bills. I'm opening up every car door for you. I'm taking care of you, baby. Like, in all ways, financially, mentally, emotionally, sexually. I'm taking care of you, and that's how it goes. And let the girls know. Yeah.
Okay, so you had sex with one girl.
She was my best friend, and she was one of the sweetest people. She's still, you know, she's in my child's life. There's not a moment that passes, but she's just an amazing girl. And we were 15, and we had a conversation about trying this. You know what I mean? And it literally, I promise you, lasted 5 seconds, not even 6 seconds, 10 seconds. I know it wasn't no more than 2 minutes. I know that. It was very quick and in and out. And I said after that, I'm not doing this again. That's not happening again. I'm not doing it again. And it's not because I don't, like, I'm actually one of these gay guys that honors the female body. Mm-hmm. Like, when my girlfriends are standing in front of me naked, I look back and I be like, God damn, you fine. Look at that body. I don't want to do nothing with it, but I honor it. So when I was with my son's mother, it wasn't that I was like, oh, girls. It just was, I was like, again, this don't feel right. This don't feel right. But what that moment was realizing that God had a greater plan for me. And it's one of the things that I always hold on to anytime I feel lost, anytime I feel it's like a decision I'm making, if it's supposed to work out, I'm always like, there's some bigger plan. There's some bigger plan. Because fatherhood, as you know my son.
Yeah.
It is the most important thing to me. I'm about to be a grandfather. It like
Really?
oh
my God!
Yes. Well, I call myself a grandzaddy.
You are
a grandzaddy.
Oh, congratulations!
Thank you. And I'm just saying, the thing is that is so important to me. Fatherhood, being there for my grandchild. Like I'm there for my son and his girl, and I'm like, my son saved my life. He literally saved my life. I don't know where I'd be today if it wasn't for Jason. He is the reason that I'm alive, that I strive to do things. He's my everything, and so I realized God had a bigger plan for that one moment that, wasn't supposed to happen.
When you got the call that she was pregnant, what was your reaction?
You mean when I got the paperwork? 9 years later. The paperwork. Yeah. I wasn't in his life for the first 9 years. And
She decided to keep it to herself.
Well, it's because I moved away. We both moved away. And so this is 1995 again. And like people of our generation understand there was no cell phones. There was no social media. If someone moved and you didn't have their mama house number or their mailing address, you weren't in contact. And so again, I had already identified as gay and was letting people into my life. So at that point, I don't use the term coming out. It's been something that I've been saying for the past 10 years to try to change the culture. And it's been working. I see people starting to say it now. But the term, we are not coming out. The term is actually letting people in. That is the actual act. And I believe that when we start to give people that language, it changes their mental health, their emotional health. Because when you let come out, you're giving someone else the power to accept or deny you. But when you let someone in, you have that power. You say, I can let you in, and some people don't deserve to be let in. That whole thing that we need to make grand announcements, I don't need to make a grand announcement or nothing. If you're not telling me who you fucking at fucking Christmas dinner, I don't need to tell you who I'm fucking, unless I want to let you in. And there's no shame in me. I believe at one point in our community, it was important to come out. Visibility was so important. And not saying that visibility isn't important now, but the pressure that we put on people to feel like they have to come out to prove that they love themselves. No, I love myself more when I'm selective about who I let in. I have the power. Like if you knock on my door and I open the door and I realize you crazy, bitch, and I don't let you in, I'm not gonna be in my house and be like, oh my gosh, I didn't let, bitch, no, I'm happy. I didn't need you coming here and destroying my shit. And I think we come out, when you come out, you allow too many people in your life to start destroying your shit.
And when I look at Queen Latifah,
ooh, I love her.
Who I idolize in the sense of protecting her own personal life.
Yes.
At a time that worked for her.
Yes.
And the thing about it is, she was never in the closet, like you said, in the sense of like not being herself. And
she was always herself.
Always herself. And we have mutual friends who is friends with her. They call her Dana by her real name. And they all said to me, like, Dana has never been in the closet.
Never.
She just,
every time I've ever seen her, I just saw like a year ago and we were at the Soul House together and she came up, we were hugging and talking. And I'm like, this is the woman I've always seen. Just powerful and knowing herself. And she is a prime example of, bitch, I'm gonna let y'all in when I need to let y'all in. I'm not ashamed of who I am. And I honor her, and I'm so glad you brought her up because she is the example of what I hope this next generation does when it comes to how they love themselves and how and when they decide to tell the world of who they love. It's your power. You don't have to give it all away. You say it when you goddamn ready.
Could not agree more. I seriously.
We done took y'all to gay church.
Look,
okay?
I could not agree more. So you found out 9 years later, and you immediately had to fall into fatherhood.
Yeah.
And I'm always curious because you, our mutual friend Ty Hunter, there's a lot of gay men our age who are fathers. And I've always been curious in terms of like, what is that life like for you? Because you are openly gay and you are, at this point, you're raising a black son. Were you prepared for the job, and did you accept that, okay, this is my life is going to be moving forward?
I think I was more prepared than most fathers. And I say this because when you grow up as a gay black boy in America, even so like me in the South, there's discrimination from outside of your community and within your community. You are constantly having to figure out how to protect yourself, how to continuously love yourself, how to navigate spaces. I tell people we went to church Wednesday, Sunday, Saturday, and Sunday. And imagine going into places that are supposed to be safe and full of love, and people will tell you privately that they love you, but then be preaching against you and not protecting you. You know, like what hurt me the most when I was a child was the silence that aunts or people who said they loved me had when their husband would say something. I'd be like, girl, like you just told me you rock with me and like I'm your friend and like you love me. And then when your husband or somebody in your family is saying something derogatory that you know is not true about me, your silence cut deeper than anything. And so having those experiences and understanding what I needed from a man, what I needed from a father, what I needed from a leader, I said once I became a father, oh, you're getting all those things. You're getting all those things. You're going to get a man who's going to be there 24/7. You're going to get a man who's going to make sure that you are strong while also being able to be vulnerable. You're going to know that I'm going to step into spaces and I'm always going to speak up for you. I will always defend you. I'll love you always. And that's why me and my son to this day have the best relationship, because I was equipped because of my struggles to make sure that I was a great father.
Did you always know that you wanted to get in the entertainment business?
Yes.
Like when did it hit you like, I want to be this?
It was watching any Toni Braxton video where she had what's the guy from Groove Theory? What's his name? Bryce. So in my mind, I thought I was as fine as Bryce. Okay,
You are fine.
but Bryce was fine. That man was fine back in the
Stunning.
day. If y'all don't know who that man is, go Google him. And every time I saw him, I was like, I want to do that. And so I just knew I wanted to be in that. I didn't know what that was, but I knew I wanted to be it. And then I remember watching Ashton Kutcher used to have this thing on VH1 called Fashion TV. And Ashton Kutcher had just won Model of the Year. And part of his deal is that he got to be a correspondent. And I didn't even know what that word correspondent was. But baby, I tell you, for the rest of the year, that school year, I'm a correspondent. Okay? I'm a correspondent. Okay? Baby. And I just was like, now I know what I want to do. Bitch, I have a mouth. I love to talk. That's what I want to do. And it was very clear. And so, but that's not something I could express to my family. We were an immigrant family. And so my parents came here so that we went to school. And I'm also the youngest. I have all older sisters. And all of my older sisters are the most intelligent, degreed up women you know. My sisters got masters, doctors. Them women are so intelligent that here I come the last. Baby, TV, that's not a career. Take your ass into school. Go to school, be successful, do these things. And I'm glad I did, because the experiences I had going to like FAMU, because that's where I went to undergrad, Florida A&M University, go Rattlers, we strike. Those relationships, the things I learned, the pride I had in being a black man walking those highest of hills are invaluable. It's the way I walk in a room still to this day. If my parents would not have said go to college, what matriculating through an HBCU did for me is I walk into every boardroom meeting knowing that I am the shit. Not because I'm arrogant or ego, but because being at an HBCU taught me that black people belong in every room and that we are smart and we are amazing. And it is one of the reasons why I feel like I can have titles like the first openly gay black man on reality television, the first gay man to ever have a daytime talk show. You know what I mean? Like, these are things, because I walk in a room demanding, because when I was at HBCU, they were like, no, this is who you are. You are owed the world. And so, yeah.
How did you know to audition for the real world in the first place?
I didn't. You didn't know this story about the real world?
Story.
Hold on, by the way, before I go to HBCUs, you want a little HBCU fact?
What?
This is a HBCU real piece of tea. You know who I was friends with and went to school with, and we were on what is, if you've ever been to HBCU, they have the Royal Court. That's like where you have the queens and Kimberly, K. Michelle.
Shut up.
K. Michelle and I were on the Royal Court together.
My sister.
We have known each other since then. And when I tell y'all, I just love that woman. And I just see her and I'm just like.
So proud, right?
So proud. And she also needs her flowers because I love Beyonce. You know, I'm a stan. Mm-hmm. But that girl been yodeling.
Yes.
And putting on in the country world.
Yes.
Before anybody. Any of y'all hoes. That girl was, I am country through and through. But anyway, I digress.
No. We can regress. No, the thing, give Kimberly Michelle all her flowers.
All of them.
Kimberly Michelle Pate.
All of them.
I could not agree more.
Like people, yes, she's a great personality, but that talent and and the room she has had to go into. This again, there's a common theme, and this is why I appreciate talking to you. People look at us and see our careers. And I could get emotional right now. They don't understand the bullshit we have to go through. When we go to these production companies, when we go to these networks, you walk in a room and if there is 50, it is only 2 of us.
Yeah.
Sometimes none of us.
Yeah.
And we are fighting for, out of 100 jobs, it's 60 white crew members and 3 of us. Mm-hmm. And when I look at things like K. Michelle, when I look at you, when I look at me, I know I'm looking past all the accomplishments. What I'm impressed by on top of that is I know what you had to do in those rooms. I know what K. Michelle had to do. Without knowing, I know what she had to do to be in rooms where now these young country girls are just walking through freely. I know what you had to do to get for you to get all these shows on air. People don't realize how difficult that is. Yeah. And then to say, I want to make it all black cast. Baby, I've been in rooms and they have said, we don't want that. Straight to my face. We don't want that. What? We don't need another bunch of women, whatever derogatory thing.
I had a network exec tell me a year ago, look, we're just not, and he said this to me on some off the record type shit. I'm not going to, of course, disclose the network. So, but I was told that, like, we're not looking for any black ensembles. We're just not.
And they say it so clearly.
Like, we're just not, no shade.
And I've never heard from one of my white friends in the industry. When I tell them that, people will have the audacity to say to me, we're not looking for black gay people. I'm like, have they ever said they're not looking for a white guy? And they're like, no. I've never heard them say we're not looking for an all-white cast. And so I just wish people could understand. And sometimes, yes, we're personalities and, we're in front of the camera. We have to entertain. Things get messy. Things get fun. Things get emotional. But especially when you look at black talent, I wish people could look at that lens and say, damn, I know what they are going through. Because the things that you see, for the few of us that have a lot, there has been so many times when people told us that we shouldn't have shit.
Oh yeah, and they still do. And what's unfortunate is, and we'll get to this much later, but I'm disappointed in some of the black folks on social media who want to put us down to uplift the white man. Like, you don't have to like me. Like,
you ain't gotta like everybody, but girl, don't.
The moment we decided to become public figures is the moment we knew that, okay, we are subjected to shade and all that, and I'm cool with that.
Yes,
I don't care about all that.
Of course, yeah.
Don't make up a lie on me. That's my thing. And don't put me down to, in the same breath, uplift my white counterparts. And you get that a lot, and we'll get to that later too.
Come on,
because we have a lot to talk about there as well.
But okay, you said the real world. I keep derailing you.
No,
I'm sorry.
I love that.
I'll tell you really quickly. The reason I got in the real world.
There's no format here.
The reason I got in the real world is because I was protesting MTV. People don't know that.
I didn't know that.
I was protesting MTV.
Publicly.
Publicly. So I was working for a nonprofit organization in South Central at the time, this after I graduated. And my kids were getting locked up because they were mimicking a show called Pimp My Ride. Y'all remember that with Exhibit?
Of course.
So these kids were going and stealing things, small things. This was not Grand Theft Auto or something, but they were taking things off of cars as silly kids do, trying to put it on, their bikes, put it on like their mom's car. It's like the what is the thing called in the front of the car, like when the logo's up, like it's
straight man in the room.
Oh yeah, there's a straight man.
About the emblem.
The emblem, yeah, the emblem. Did you say?
I'm like,
what's that guy?
The straight black man. Shout out to Alex King, ladies and gentlemen.
So they were taking off. And so I'm fresh again, FAMU. FAMU taught me you fight. You don't, I mean, I started protesting at FAMU. We used to go on marches all the time to the Capitol. And this is a time when Jeb Bush was in, and we would be protesting. We would be protesting all the time because I was also in student government. And so my mindset was, if my kids are getting locked up, I have to look at the source and fight the source. And so the source was MTV. So I got a couple of parents together, friends together. It was only about 20 of us. And we went to the MTV offices and we were out there protesting. Didn't have a meeting, didn't know what it was going to do. And we had poster boards and all this. And this woman came out and said, who organized this?
Bitch.
And I said, me and my boyfriend. And that bitch looked at me and she said, black, gay, and angry? she said, come back the next day. And so I went home, was so excited. I went home, put together a PowerPoint presentation, baby.
You have always been an overachiever.
I am an overachiever because I'm like, if you tell me to come back and I'm gonna get to meet with people, bitch, I want to be prepared, girl. I need to tell you the data of what I have learned, of why this show need to be off. And this is nothing against Exhibit. I didn't know the man. I still don't know the man. But it was just like, you know, bitch, I got there the next day and they said, no, we don't want to talk about that. This is a casting for Real World. God bless my soul. I ain't never seen them kids ever again, baby.
You literally said, fuck them kids.
Fuck them kids, girl. I said, what? You want to put me in a house with 2 hot tubs?
Bye, bitch.
This is why I do the work I do now. I'm trying to make amends for them young brothers that I just, baby, and it was on. I said, I'm doing it.
I remember, again, the power of, and I'm not going to get emotional when I say this, and I never said this to you. I don't think people understand the power of representation. We're the same age, right? When the Real World happened, is when we started to see you, and because you're mask presenting, right? And the way, not that I'm a reality producer, I can now look back on your season and say, well played production, because they sort of made us fall in love with you, like you. And then it was, they waited to like drop the bomb that I'm gay. It was like, Karamo, this mask presenting gorgeous black man with the fitted, you know what I'm saying?
I was a trade, baby.
You was trade.
I was a trade, baby.
You are the original trade. Bitch, you are the original trade. And I remember I came out around that time. And my older sister, and again, it's no shade to her.
You let the men around that time.
The thing is,
you let the men around that time. Your family.
Yes,
let them in.
thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I let them in around that time. And my sister asked me, because she said, are you Karamo? And I said, and I knew what that meant.
Yeah.
And she said to me, you better tell me now or I won't accept it. And again, and
yeah, of course, y'all friends now.
This is back in the 90s.
Back in the 90s, yes,
and we're, so don't,
yeah.
This is not even like shade, it's just truth. But my point was, you opened the doors for black men like me that was in my 20s. I've always been effeminate. It wasn't like I could hide being gay, but like you said, I did not let people in because of where society was at that time. And I don't think you get enough credit for, and I'm sure, listen, and I want you to talk about this, because I'm sure it's not just me. I'm giving you all your flowers, the fucking bouquet of roses, because Karamo, you made it easier for me to let people in.
Thank you.
And I'm pretty sure you must get that. We were scared. We didn't have any images.
Yeah.
We had LL Cool J, Shamar Moore that we were attracted to, and they're straight. And we have RuPaul, but that was at that time the term was a drag queen.
Yeah.
But we didn't have anybody that was like, oh, he's gay, he's black, and oh, he's like me. He wears like boy clothes and all those things. Like, are you aware of that?
I am, and just recently started to receive it because
Good.
when you're in the trenches as we are, you can't stop and be like, oh baby, I did it. You sort of just hustling. You're like, oh thank y'all, I'm glad. You know what I mean? Because for the longest, the real world had a different feeling for me. Like, so when people tell me like these stories, like now I'm so honored and I receive it. I'm so thankful that I could be there because you're right. When we were coming up, the thing that people used to say is like, are you RuPaul? Because that was their only reference. And I'm aware that once I came on the scene, that shifted again. You know what I mean? For better or worse, whatever that is. But for me, what I remember during that time is, and you as a producer, you understand this. They told me to go to the club and go to my clubs. Go where I go. You're supposed to live your life openly. This is 2004. I would go to the black gay club, and when that light would go on for that camera, it's not like today where all the girls want to be on camera. Oh no. They were scattered. Any club I went to, they would, literally everybody would leave. Everybody would leave. And I would be in a club that now on camera seemed empty. And the producers were like, we can't go to these clubs. This looks horrible. You know what I mean? They would sit me down. They'd be like, there's nobody in the club. And I'd be like, it's because the camera, whatever. Is there a way you can turn off the light? And they're like, no, we can't turn off the light. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And then at some point, the black clubs in Philly stopped asking me to come because I was fucking with their money.
Yeah.
And so imagine I'm 23. I've now always lived. I used to be in Atlanta at tracks. Tracks. I used to be, in the club. You know what I mean? For the old girls, they know what I'm talking about. But tracks, baby. It's an aquarium now, right? I think it's an aquarium.
Is it?
It's an aquarium now, right? Anyway, but so now imagine that's the mindset I'm going to, is that like I come from my community. We black folks, we be all around, and now y'all are scattering from me. Now I'm kryptonite. Y'all don't want to be around me. It hurt my feelings like you can't imagine. I was like, what? And so I had never dated outside my race until that point. I had never dated outside my race. But now I'm on a show. I'm with all these white castmates. I am feeling alone and isolated. And they say, well, if you got to go to the white gay clubs because those are the ones that are accepting you to come in. And this is not bullshit. Anybody would tell you, them clubs said, this nigga ain't coming in no more. So the white girls were like this. They were like, yeah, girl, come into our clubs.
Because the thing is this. First of all, he's not lying, and because we're the same age. In 2003, in the that decade for sure, it wasn't safe to be out
on camera. None of that.
And you mean to tell me you want my mama and my daddy back at home to see me on camera
in the club?
In the club, in Atlanta heyday, Philly heyday, all those things. So the white gay experience is vastly different because, listen, when it comes to black households, it's the church.
It's a church.
We get kicked out the house. No, I'm not saying white boys don't either, but it's grossly different, our experience.
Yeah.
And I never knew that you were sort of, unfortunately, forced to partake in the gay white spaces because
I was told you can't come back to our clubs.
Yeah.
You had a camera on you. And so when I went to these gay spaces, I couldn't deal. So I found the one Puerto Rican that acted black. That's what I went for. I was like, who in here like a black guy? Who in here? And so I found a Puerto Rican dude who's from Philly that was like, yo, now, like whatever. And I was like, oh. And so that was the first time I ever dated. But I'm also, as you know this, I'm one of these monogamous girls. Once I get into a relationship, baby, I'm trying to make it work. And so now the real world ended and I'm continuing the relationship. And, I still was only going to black clubs, but like, now this narrative had come out where like, it was like, he don't like black boys. And I'm like, nigga, that's not the truth.
Well, let's go there.
Oh, you want to go there?
Let's go there.
Let's go there.
I mean, it's the perfect segue, talk show host. The thing is this. You have a reputation where the gay black community feel like you are whitewashed. They feel like you don't date other gay black men. You only date white men. You love being in white spaces. And I'm sure you've seen a lot of conversation about that on social media where people do feel like Karamo is one of those black gay male celebrities that once they make it, they start to date white. What are your thoughts on this perception that the community has of you?
Um, they ain't wrong. They're not wrong. I would feel the same exact way. I think that there is a lack of fucking representation in Hollywood of gay black men being together. And as much as I wanted to add to that, and be something like what we see now with Queen, I want to be that. You know what I mean? But you also can't help sometimes who you fall in love with. But as you know, as my friend, I'm always in black spaces. I'm not just with the white girls. I'm always with black folks. I'm all like, I love my people. And as you also know, I date black men. Just so happens that the public only picks up on the ones when they not my race. Like I'm in a relationship.
You got something you want to tell me?
You already know who I'm in a relationship now with a black man. You know what I mean? Like but I do understand. This is like when people come on here and they defensive about that. I'm never gonna be defensive because I get it. Like, yeah, and if I was sitting at home, I would think the exact same thing. I would think the exact goddamn same thing. And I'm not gonna lie, when I'm in spaces with other gay black men, people who are celebrities that you know, I bring it up. I'm always the one that makes the uncomfortable topic, like, oh, ain't nobody in here, like, and usually I'm the blackest in that room. No shade to some of them, but I understand why, and there needs to be more representation, and that's point blank. But I will tell you this, like, it's my love for black gay men has never changed and will never die down. I love us. I am so deeply attracted to us, and that's just what it is. And I know that so it's only been 3, but because it was at the height of my fame,
Yeah.
it just seems like that's it. Because in between, when I'm dating, you don't get those when a show's not on, and then I break up. And so it is what it is, you know.
Yeah, and I also think this. I first of all, I love the accountability of you being like, no, I get it. I'm not dumb. I'm aware.
Anybody who don't say that they get it, I mean, who don't say it is they stupid. Like, I get it. And it is a problem.
Yeah.
It is a fucking problem. But also on top of this, and this is, let's be real, there are some profound, beautiful black gay couples that outlets won't cover. Like, they don't invite them to
Jason
carpets.
Bolden and Derek Curtis.
There's so many, and the carpets don't invite them. The magazines won't put them in, and so there's this layer of homophobia and toxicity, and that even goes for the black outlets. You know what I mean? Like, they won't put on certain people. They won't, and so there should be more representation. You know what I mean? Maybe my next relationship, I'll be open with it, and y'all get some representation.
You are currently dating a black man.
You know him, yes.
I know him. I recently ran into you guys.
Yes.
And I was, first of all, I gagged. And I didn't gag because you were the black man, because I know you. And I know you date black men. Like, behind the scenes, we know a lot about each other. So I understood why they say that too. And that's why I'm so glad you said this yourself, because we didn't talk about this before the interview.
Yeah.
I also understood, like, no, I get why they're saying it. Because obviously, when you were in those relationships, they were public.
They were.
And
it was at the height.
And
then also on top of that, I was on a white show. And that was, remember, I just went from a black show, your show.
Yeah.
I literally went from your show to Queer Eye.
Yes.
So I went from a black show to a white show, white perceived show. And now all of a sudden it's like, at the same time, oh, you gotta, because when I was on your black show and I was dating a white guy.
Yes.
No one questioned if I liked black people.
It was never a question.
Never a question.
You weren't hiding him from.
I wasn't hiding him.
We covered it.
Yeah. We covered it. But no one questioned. Then compound that with me being on a white show. They was like, oh, this nigga don't like us.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
and like you said, then your next relationship was with
a Latino.
Latino. Yeah, yeah. And it was, and the thing is, you publicized it on social media.
That's it.
And,
you know what I mean?
and that's why it became this thing.
Yeah.
But no, you are dating a black man. And you can tell me when to stop, because I'm not gonna reveal his identity. That's your story to tell. He is a celebrity.
I am dating a celebrity.
And I wasn't gagging that you were the black man. I was gagging because of his identity. So after I gagged, and I said this to the both of you guys, I said, oh, bitch, I'm about to break the motherfucking internet. Because you two are such a beautiful couple.
Thanks.
And it makes sense to me. It makes sense to me. he is. I've always said this about him to people. He is a sweetheart, and he and I aren't like the best of friends or anything. But when you are in these spaces, you run into the same people. And what I will always say about that man, I would be on the red carpet doing my thing, and he would be like, and I'd be like, hey, he'd be like, you good? I'm like, I'm great. He's like, tell my friends to say hi, because we got mutual friends. And he's always just been a sweetheart.
Yeah.
And I know you have had experiences being unlucky in love.
Yes.
Do you think he's the one?
I know it. I'm 100% sure. I could get emotional. I've met my equal, and it's powerful when you meet someone who you feel 100% safe with, you feel 100% secure with, who you can just trust with your heart, because they are just a great human being and they get everything. It's special. It's pretty amazing, and that's the reason why we're taking it slow and not taking it slow. We're not taking it slow. We are deep in love, but why we are not public yet, because we don't want comments. You know what I mean? And so we are protecting the love we have, because I do believe this is gonna be my husband. I believe this is gonna be my forever person. I feel it every single day. We don't have any arguments. Everything is just easy. And not saying that we don't have discussions, but everything is just easy. We just get each other. It's constant laughter. It's constant love. It's just constant everything.
As much as I do believe that the world deserves representation in all forms, as your friend, I will selfishly say, keep it quiet as long as you can.
Exactly. And
you know what I mean? Like, because what I witnessed, I was like, I said, I think he's the one. Because the thing is this, you're such a beautiful spirit.
Thank you.
And so is he.
Yeah.
He's such a sweetheart. I just can't keep saying how.
Okay,
sweet.
I'll give you the exclusive. I am dating someone, and his name is Wayne Brady. I'm fucking with y'all. I ain't dating Wayne Brady. No dating. I'm fucking with y'all. I love Wayne Brady. He's one of the most talented people in the world.
I was like,
but I ain't dating Wayne Brady. Okay. It's not like we're not. It's not like we're hiding.
You're not hiding.
Yeah, we go out. We do whatever. You know what I mean? We together. We hold hands everywhere. It's just that once the public gets involved, they wanna, things just, and I just want to protect I'm following Dana. Okay, I'm following with Dana, okay?
Dana, i.e. Queen Latifah, is the GOAT.
The GOAT. She
popped out and said, that's my son of the Rick.
Okay, because we didn't know you had kids. Okay? She said, that's my children. That is my wife.
I met her wife recently. Shout out to Larry Sims.
Yeah.
He does her hair, Gabrielle Union. He's iconic in
Larry
his own
Sims
right.
is iconic.
Larry Sims is fucking iconic.
Yeah.
Larry Sims was like, this Dana's wife. And I was like, and she was like, hey. And I said, come on my podcast. She said, bitch. She said, I love watching it. But Carlos, leave me alone.
But hold on, can I just say one more thing? I hate that I always keep preaching on this. But Dana is somebody else who people forget. Like, though she's never walked into spaces not herself. Never. Meaning like the meetings.
Never.
I've only heard people, I know producers that work, she walks in as herself. And that makes her even more powerful. Because y'all girls are just catching on, but she has been her authentic self in every space she's walked into. And she's powerful. She's amazing.
I was an intern at The View. And she was promoting whatever blockbuster movie she was doing at the time. And she did her thing. And she got in her dressing room. And I had to walk her out. Mama had on a sweatsuit.
Okay.
Put her hair back in a ponytail.
Okay.
And she said, so what you about to get into?
Okay.
And I said, nothing.
The original trade.
Yeah!
The original trade.
Right. She was with other women who are, whatever. I would say now lesbians. And to your point, she wasn't hiding it. She was just like, this is my life.
It's my life.
And I have the right to tell you or not. So listen, I love that you're falling in love.
And not falling. It's already done.
No.
It's done. It's done. It's done.
I love it.
You've seen us. You know us together. I'm
Yeah.
I'm confident. I'm confident that this.
I am too. I feel like
this is it.
I do feel like he's the one.
Yeah, he is. We align on everything. The way that we feel about our futures, kids, every single thing. Everything aligns. Families, everything just aligns. And so I'm just like, yeah.
I do want to get into the next 15.
I still talk to every castmate on that show.
You do. Oh, I know you and Claudia. You and Claudia met on set and became tight.
Claudia needs to have 5 shows on air.
I know.
And I cannot wait for that comeback. Because y'all girls play the clip all over and over again of how that was the only one who could go toe-to-toe with Nene Leakes. Y'all are missing out on good television by not having her on, okay? Y'all need to start petitions to put Claudia Jordan back in every show. You know what I mean? You've tried. You've done it.
I'll go on record saying this about Claudia Jordan. She, to me, is a prime example of someone that I feel like if you want to make a good show, get her on it. You guys should be petitioning Claudia Jordan to be back on Atlanta Housewives to make the show great, because you need somebody who is fearless, comedic. Her comedic timing, her fearlessness, she's gorgeous to look at. She tells you all her business.
All of it.
She has so many amazing old Hollywood tales. And she, to me, is like Kenya Moore. And that's why I find it so strange when it comes to some of the people on social media and some of the girls on TV, where it's like, y'all don't want a good show. I feel like Claudia Jordan is the most underrated reality star ever. I agree with you.
On top of that, when we were on Next 15, something with her character that has always stayed the same. And the reason that I'm close with everybody is that, but Claudia's particularly is, she is one of these people who is such a woman of her word and will love you to success, which is, sorry, girl, but you picked the wrong man. Girl, sister. But, and I say this to use this also example for other people. She loves people's success. She's so committed to saying, I'm loyal by fault. And like when our loyalty, because when you reach somebody who's also equally loyal, it works. But when you have that big of a heart like she does, you end up finding people who want to take advantage of that. Yeah. And I always say when I see girlfriends who are with men who are just using them because they know this woman is going to love them to success, I always say, run. Because he's going to deplete you. He's going to take everything he can, and then he's going to walk away. Claudia's not that person. She walks away. She's strong. But her nature on the Next 15 was, I'm gonna guide you, because again, like I said, this was the first reality show since the Real World. This is a black cast. This show, everyone was successful.
Yeah.
Let me give you a little bit of tea. You know this already. So I was living in a small apartment with my kids, and they all had fancy ass homes and mansions and Bentleys, all of them, the whole cast. Laura Govad, Benzino, Tiffany. They all had Jennifer. They was rich.
Yeah.
I'm working on a social worker salary, so baby, I'm in my 2-bedroom in my little little whatever. You know what I mean? It ain't pumping. I had to ask a friend to use their home to film in. You remember?
I do now.
Because the camera crew couldn't fit in my apartment. Nothing fit in. But Claudia was so like, it don't matter who you are, you're going to be the most successful. She just loved me. She just loved on top of me and being like, no, it's okay. You just be you. You are great. You're going to be. She just loved on me and guided me in a way that I'm like, and I've heard other people on other shows said she does the same thing for them. She does the same thing.
No, I've been privy to it. She does, yeah. And I feel like she gets the bad rap. But when it came to you on Next 15, I said to the producers, I said,
because I didn't have their money.
No. But I'm gonna tell you what you had. I literally said this to them. I said, he wants it the most.
Oh, I did.
I said, I know what that. There's a look that someone has. And listen, not to blow smoke up your ass, it's a look Beyonce has.
I appreciate it.
Do you know what I mean? It's a look where this person wants it more than anybody, And that was you. You were always nice to the crew. You wanted it more. And I remember one of your cast members said to you at the time, girl, you got the least followers here. And maybe 2 years later, you did Queer Eye and you surpassed all of their following times 2. And
I was hungry.
I will always say to the world, I'm not surprised by your success. And when Queer Eye was auditioning, I don't know if you know this. Your position in getting that gig, do you realize, similar to Kerry Washington getting Scandal, how every black actress in Hollywood wanted the role of Olivia Pope because it was the first time since Diane Carroll that a black woman was going to star on a drama network television show. So every black actress wanted that show. When it came to Queer Eye, every black man who, whether they put a candle on a shelf and said, I'm a interior designer, whether they styled their grandma at church, I'm a stylist, every gay black man in Hollywood, Atlanta, New York City, do you know this? They all auditioned for the show.
I do. Cause I came in late. I came in late for that show. So another story about my casting. My castings are always unique. So they had already been casting Queer Eye for a year, and they were at now the final 30 or whatever. I don't remember what the final number was. I didn't know I didn't know it existed. I didn't know that Queer Eye was casting. I didn't know nothing about it. And I was sitting in bed watching Watch What Happens Live, and Andy Cohen had Carson Kressley on, who was in the original Queer Eye. And Carson was like being shady and was like, yeah, they're bringing back Queer Eye, and they're not bringing us back. They're doing a new cast. And I said, a new cast of gay people? Bitch, I got to be on that. Bitch, I just got for the next 15. Baby, I got to be on that show, okay? And I called my agent, and he had said they're done casting. They are now in chemistry tests. This is where they bring the top 30 that they want together to see out of that. And I said, you got to figure out how to get me in there. If you get me in there, I promise you I'm going to get it. And he was like, oh, you promise me you're going to get it? And I said, I promise you I'm going to get it if you put me in there. And he found a friend that he knew who was in the casting department, Gretchen, who was one of the most amazing women.
Yes.
And you know Gretchen.
I know Gretchen.
And Gretchen said, we will let him just get on a Zoom, but we've already done. They let me get on a Zoom, baby. I knew I'd already done the research because I'm a very well-researched person.
You are.
Any job I'm going to do, you have to know who's coming in, what they're looking for, know the players. People forget, and I try to teach young people, when you're talking about Hollywood, understand that it's called show business. You have to pay attention to the business side as much as you pay attention to the show side. That's why you're successful. You're a great showman. You know how to entertain. You know how to host. You do it all. But baby, the business side is equally important.
Baby.
And people forget, as talent especially, that if you don't know the players when you walk in a room, if you don't know what they were looking for, if you haven't read every article, then you're going to find yourself. So I saw that culture also had an opportunity for me to make it what I wanted. So I went in there about mental health. I talked to her. She was like, you know what? They're never going to cast you, but I'm going to bring you to the chemistry test. I said, bitch, that you done fucked up now. Bitch, because once I'm in the door.
Once you open the door
bitch,
for me.
Once I'm in the door, baby, that has always been my philosophy of life. Don't let me in. Baby, don't let me. I'm moving in. This is my shit. This gonna be my shit now, okay? And
I'm a squatter, bitch.
Yeah, I'm squatter, bitch. I'm coming in, bitch. Y'all not taking me out. And so I got to that chemistry test, and it was like they were at the last week. Like that was like the last 2 weeks where they were gonna pick the cast.
Do you remember how many other black men were there in the room?
It wasn't a lot. And this is what we talk about again. I think there was like 5 of us. Yeah. Out of all of it.
Because they knew maybe one.
Exactly. Maybe one. It was
maybe
one. Majority white men. And they said, maybe, you know what I mean? I think there was a couple of Asian guys, I think Tan was the only Kashmirian, or I don't think there was, for anybody who watches Queer Eye, I don't think they, had it. But I knew once I got in that room, I said, bitch, I'm getting this. I'm getting this. And so she politely said, you'll probably go out at round 1, but I'm excited for them to see you. because they cast other projects. So I'm glad they could see you. And this is why I honor Gretchen. If y'all don't know, if you're trying to be in show business, we just gave you a name. We both said we love y'all. Better go do y'all research.
Child, they ain't gonna do it because they expect things to be handed to them.
Okay, he's a child.
Y'all have we didn't grow up on YouTube, Google,
None of it.
ChatGPT.
Okay, ChatGPT.
Y'all have so many resources, but y'all complain about get up.
Listen, I have faith. Y'all go. I have faith. They
Okay,
I have faith.
okay, do it.
But she said they're gonna probably kick you out after round 1. And when I was like, okay. She's prepping me. Like they already have their favorites. They're gonna kick you out. And so I got on the show.
I
got on the show. There was no kicking out.
No.
There's no kicking out.
I remember we never talked about this. So at the time, I had an overall deal with the production company, and this was the biggest show that company had at that time in terms of it going to series on Netflix.
It was the first non-scripted that Netflix was doing.
Shout out to
the original, Jen
Levy. Shout out to Jen Levy, who's now at Amazon. Genius woman she is.
Genius. And another name. Go look up if you're trying to do it.
Genius, love her. She also greenlit Styling Hollywood with Jason Adair. Like she's all about representation.
She was Jen Levy, and I honor her as part of the reason why I think they saw me, because she was like, yes, she was in that room, and she said that right there.
I believe you. Jen Levy she walks the walk and talks the talk, and she cares about representation.
Yes.
Your name came up because I'm in the rooms at the company at the time, and they said Karamo Brown. I said, and I remember telling them, they said, "Do you know him?" I said, "I actually do." I said, "You will not be disappointed."
Thanks.
He is the consummate professional.
Thank you.
And he's good at his job. And once again, another advice to the young people out there, or even older people, like there's people in general. Don't be burning bridges if you don't have to, because you never know who else is in the room that can also vouch for you.
Thank you.
You know what I mean?
Because if this bridge would have been burnt, that room, you could have been like, don't do it. It's not going to work.
Yeah, but I remember being like, no, he's the one. He's the one. That show instantly became an international hit.
International.
International. Queer Eye on Netflix is seen in 190 countries. How did you deal with that fast track of fame?
It was fast track. But again, my life is this weird dichotomy. Because of how queer I was, there wasn't a lot of black folks that watched it. I still walk into spaces and people will be like, we know him from his talk show. He's on a show called Queer Eye. They have no idea about Queer Eye. And so it was weird.
I love us.
It's really, we'd be like, what show is that? I'd be like, bitch, got Emmys from it. They do not have no idea what it is. So it was weird because like I go to Japan, I go to China. I was in the jungle in Bali. And the guy cutting some tree or bark, he looked up and he was like, Queer Eye? And I'm like, bitch, I am in the jungle of Bali. That's the power of Netflix. I will be in France. I will be in Australia. I have a fan base wherever I go, and I'm so thankful for them because they keep me going. But at the flip side, there wasn't a lot of black folks coming up to me. I wasn't invited to black events. Okay, this is real. After Next 15, one of the jobs you got me from that was me hosting the NAACP Awards. Yeah. That was Carlos. It was my first correspondent job. You made me the correspondent, baby. Okay? Ashton Kutcher might have showed me, but you actually made me a correspondent. You said TV1 and NAACP, y'all got to use him. And I loved it. I was so excited to be at the NAACP Image Awards. I have never been invited back to NAACP Image Awards to this day. And this is no shade to NAACP. NAACP. I love them. I support them. They do amazing work. But that's what I'm saying with Queer Eye. So though I'm popular, the people that I want to see me don't see me no more. They're not seeing me. We would get all these outlets and I remember we started getting in Vanity Fair and GQ and all these things at Elle. We were on the cover of these magazines. It was amazing. And I kept saying like, hey, do you think so-and-so would want to talk to me? And they were like, nope. And and I'm not complaining. Let me be very real, because somebody gonna watch this and think I'm complaining. Baby, I'm so thankful for my success. But I was also heartbroken that, like, the people I wanted to see me in this success didn't see me. Didn't see me at all. I've never been invited to the BET Awards. I've been denied from both carpets.
What?
This is crazy to me, because me and my partner right now, we talk about this, and he's always like, baby, what do you mean? I'm like, baby, they've never invited me. I went to the Emmys, the Grammys, the Oscars. I've been to Vanity Fair. I have gotten denied to the BET carpet several times. My publicists have been told we do not have space for him, and this is the God honest truth. And then on the flip side, I'll get invited to like this white event, but I understand it's because Queer Eye had that type of success, and so those individuals saw, value in me.
Do you think a part of
I'm just saying that to say it was hard, because I'm caught up all this success and I'm loving it, but at the same time I'm being denied where I really want to be.
when you were the only black person, we know what it feels like to be the only in the room. Was that painful for you?
100%.
With microaggressions?
100%.
And
100%. 100%. There's not even a thing. You and I talked before we got here, and you know what I just talked about in my People magazine, my cover story, and you got to see an advanced screening. You got to see an advanced screening, and you saw the thing where they used the cop to pull me over and did it as a trick. And anybody who doesn't know, in episode 2 of season 1, we were helping a police officer. That's who we were supposed to make over. But before we got to the person we were making over, a cop stopped up, and I was doing driving, and I don't have my license because I left it at home, and I told them I didn't want to drive, and they pushed me to drive. They said, you must. We were an hour late that day in production. An hour late. My former castmate Bobby has confirmed this. An hour late in production because I said, I don't want to drive. I don't have my license. And they said, you got to drive. And I said, fine. And got in the car, and then we get pulled over. And the stunt was, let's trigger this black man in this front seat so that we can have an episode that we're going to have about blacks and a cop and whatever. And it won us our first Emmy. But it was also fucked up. And you said that when you saw the advanced screening, you turned to the other black person you was next and said, what the fuck?
we both were shocked by that. Like, what is this? And I had nothing to do with the show, obviously. But I remember watching it being like, this isn't entertainment.
So when people ask me about the microaggressions that I had to deal with for 10 years, I'm like, I don't even got to pretend and tell y'all stuff behind the scenes. You can see what was on the show. Like, I don't even have to tell y'all what was behind the scenes because you can see it on the show. And that's what I've been trying to show people, like, this things we go through. And this is why I give you your flowers and any black talent in this industry, the things we goddamn go through, that you just have to smile because they tell you directly, I will not hire you, I'll replace you. They say it to you. It's not as if they're even like having a chatter behind you. They tell you damn to your face, I'll replace you. You're not worth anything. And that's what 10 years of this show was like. And so though I had the most massive success, I was at so many points sad, depressed, down. It was a train wreck of up and downs. Train wreck. You know what I mean? It was a horrible time. While also being the best time.
Well,
isn't that weird? It was the worst. Two things can be true.
Two things can be true simultaneously, and that's your experience. And I didn't know this until the People cover that you did. I had no idea that there was a sexual harassment claim on you.
Yeah, there was.
Was it by a cast member, or the identity was never revealed?
No, I know exactly who it was. So a cast member and I had a little flirty situation, going on, and one of the toxic higher ups caught us leaving an apartment together and, like, being doing what grown folks do or whatever, hanging. And they went to this cast member and said, hey, if you don't say that he's harassing you, you're fired. And I don't know about any of this because I don't know that's happening. This castmate, I still don't know if they said yes or no, but what I do know is that toxic executive took this to HR, and then HR called me and was like, hey, you can't go to set because we've gotten a complaint that you're sexually harassing somebody. And I was like, what? And they were like, I was like, I'm sexually harassing? Like, I'm the father on the show. I don't do any of that. Like, it killed me. And look at me. You got my eyes all watered up and shit. Because you just, this is my first big show after your show, after Next 15. And now the opportunity is going to be gone because someone's lying on me. You know what I mean? And so this now is in front of people. So the crew know that I've been called this sexual predator or whatever the case may be. And I'm like, I couldn't believe it. I was shocked. I was devastated. And so they told me who. And so, baby, I'm a stunt queen at the heart. Okay? I'm a stunt queen. Okay? So the minute they told me who I was allegedly sexually harassing, I said, oh, baby, let me send you every text message, video, photo that I have, and you tell me if I'm sexually harassing. And they called me back and they said, we are so sorry that we even called you. And baby, it was dismissed. And as People Magazine and all the outlets have confirmed, they confirmed with Netflix that it was dismissed, that I was never. But the problem is that when I walked back to set, no one addressed it. Yeah. No one addressed that wasn't true. So now I'm walking into a space where now people are looking at the only black man as some type of predator. And I'm like, y'all not gonna say nothing? Y'all not gonna tell these people this ain't true? Obviously, people know it's not true because I'm still here and I was here for 10 seasons. But people still have the fact, it always has hurt my feelings knowing that there's possibly somebody in the back of their mind that thought that I could do something like that. And I know I shouldn't care, but like, it just has always killed me that somebody in the back of their mind could think I could do something like that. And that's the type of bullshit I was putting up with. Like, could you imagine if I said Carlos King stole all this money? Yeah. And then it's found that you didn't steal the money, and then I don't tell nobody you didn't steal the money. So now everybody around here thinking you stole the money.
Why do you think that executive did that to you?
Well, I know why. The executive wasn't in their right mind. I'll leave it at that.
Okay.
They weren't in their right mind and shouldn't have been on set. And so, you're not in your right mind. You're doing things that are erratic. And it's these situations where I when people have asked me about my former cast, I have always said that I respect them. They are hard workers. And I actually do wish one day that the six of us can get back together. I've healed. I'm willing to own any parts. Like anything. If they ever came to me right now and said, you know what, you made me feel this way, I would own it so quickly. That's just my personality. I would tell them I'm sorry, and I wish they could do the same for me. You know what I mean? Because we were all in this situation together. And what kills me is that, like, since my People magazine cover, I've seen one particularly give an interview where they were surprised. And I'm like, surprised about what? It broke I just want to be like, you surprised about what? What you surprised about? Like, don't let the stunt queen in me come out and I start naming names. Y'all girls are lucky that I went on this thing and did not say no names. I spoke on me and my truth because I'm one of those girls. I'm gonna speak on me and my situation. I'm not gonna tell y'all tea. But you surprised? Baby, don't let me go down the list of things and see if you surprised about that. Pissed me off. But even through me being upset for like 5 seconds, I was still like, you know what? You were still hurt. You were still hurt. Mm-hmm. That's what the problem don't realize, is that we all experience the thing. So like when we talk about that car situation, I wasn't the only one in that car. There was 4 other people who didn't know. You know what I mean? Who were equally affected by that. You know what I mean? And whether they process it the same way I process it, you're equally affected. The thing I'm talking about, that this sexual thing, though, yes, there was another person that got thrown into something they didn't have no reason to get thrown into, that caused tension. It wasn't just one person, me, getting affected. It was all of us. And I wish that one day we could come together and do a healing session and go through it. You know what I mean?
And one thing I have always heard about the Queer Eye cast that I never once called you about, because I was sort of like, if he needs me, he'll call me. I can't confirm. I've always heard that in real life, you guys were not getting along. I heard that you guys were similar to the cast of Desperate Housewives, where it was sort of like, who's the star of the cast? If that person gets more screen time, if that person is in the middle. This is a true story. I've heard that like Terry Hatcher was deemed as like the star of the show, In the famous Vanity Fair cover, they were like, she cannot be in the middle. I heard that when it came to the cast of Queer Eye, when it came to you, he can't be in the middle.
He can't be the star.
He can't be the star.
I was told that directly. And so, like, what I love about you, Carlos, is because you're in this industry, and so you can confirm these things. Like, so when people be like, what? Baby, you know this stuff. They said who their star was. Some people believed it, and then other people got told it. And the other people got told, you are not it. And the black guy on the cast got told, you are not it, directly, many times. Stay your place, stay in your lane. And I used to be hurt by that. The show was originally, the slogan of the show was originally, we're going to turn red states pink. That was the original slogan.
Yes, it was.
And the show was always supposed to be about funniness, like, because that's what the original show was about. Like, we're gonna go in a house, we're gonna rip it up, and we're gonna tell you like how to be a metrosexual, whatever. That's what it was always supposed to be about. And then I came in and I do what I do, which is always connect and get deeper. And I built a brand off of that, and people started having emotional reactions, and the show started becoming emotional, equally as emotional as it was funny. And I remember all of a sudden the campaign came out after I told to stop making people cry, stop getting deep. I had been told all of that, screamed at. The network came out and they switched the slogan to, I'm not crying, you're crying. And I said, these bitches. Baby, when I tell you the heat that rose from my toes to my head, you telling me every day that I am wrong, that I am the worst, that I should not be doing this, that you're going to fire me for making somebody cry. And then, bitch, your slogan is, bitch, I'm not crying, you're crying. And now all of a sudden it is the promos have been cut around emotion and tears. I said, oh, okay, I see. I knew right then and there how we were playing this. So you'll take what I can offer, but you're never going to give me credit. You'll grab and take from me and give it, but you're not gonna give me the same things you given. And listen, I am not over here claiming by any means, because the cast that I work with are exceptional at what they do. Mm-hmm. Exceptional. Them people are exceptional. The best in the business. But that didn't mean that I wasn't equally as exceptional. And it's hard when their greatness is being honored and mine is being told, shut up.
Were you all paid the same?
We were all paid the same.
So there was a favorite nations.
There was a favorite nations. And that happened because we all had, 3 of us had similar agents. So It made it easier. But I always think to this day, would it have? You know what I mean? Because I was the only one that came to that show with credits. I was the only one that already had a name. The only one. Yet, girl, y'all want to tell me that, girl, I'm not? Okay. Okay, girl.
Because I never looked at it that way. That's true.
Only one. And when y'all first started promoting it, all the things that went out, you put my name first because you needed them to think somebody was on the show. Got it, girl. But then once the show came out, girl, you won't do that no more. Okay, I get it.
Were the OG Queer Eye cast receptive of you guys?
Yeah. They were fine.
Okay.
They were fine. What is funny is because Jay Rodriguez, who was on the original cast, recently just came out and said, thank you, Karamo, for speaking up. I experienced the same thing.
On a whole different network, on a whole different cast. And this is the thing. The reason why
I almost spilled an egg, girl, over here spilling tea with Carlos. Let me tell you, hold on. A disclaimer. This is my camera here. A disclaimer. If you are coming on the Carlos King Show, just know he is about to get you to spill every bit of tea that you wanted to spill and that you did not want to spill, okay? Just let y'all know. Come prepared. See, I didn't come with my publicist today. Bring your publicist, bring your manager, bring your mama, bring your cousin, bring the nigga that pick up your trash. Bring everybody so they can all be like, Carlos, stop it. But you're good at your job.
I just asked the question. No.
You're good at your job. You're good at your job.
I love you, and I appreciate that. And the thing is this. That's why I do get upset when, listen, regardless of you being in white spaces, dating white men, like you and I both agree on, we both understand it. I also, though, implore people, if you don't know this person personally, then try to have a little bit of discernment based on what they do for the community. You have always been there for the Black gay community. You have always been somebody who stood up for us. You lead with your blackness. Just because you made it doesn't mean that, oh, what a girl, please. He was happy to be in the white spaces. He was happy to be there. This person,
Girl, no, I was
this
not.
person was happy to have
A job. Oh, girl, Carlos, thank
Do
for
you
saying
guys
that.
not like?
I was thankful to have a job.
You've been the gap between Real World and the Next 15. You were a social worker. You were making minimum wage. The Next 15 was on TV One. It wasn't a mainstream show. It lasted one season. You were still figuring things out, and I hate the fact that there's some people in our community who came to celebrate. One of us made it, and let's celebrate him.
Thanks.
You know, I've always celebrated you. You have never changed. When you first bought your multi-million-dollar home in LA, this is my friend. He called me and said, "I'm having a pool party, bitch. Come through." And I came through, and it was other gay black people there.
Yes.
You've never whitewashed yourself at all. And I had no idea. I'm not getting emotional, but I had no idea you were struggling because I was too busy celebrating you. Like, he made it.
But I needed your celebration, and so I thank you because I needed to celebrate. Because, like I said, when you start to be honest about these things you're going through, the only thing that kept me going was like people like you who I know would celebrate me and who I also knew understood because you were in the trenches. You were in the trenches. I know what it was like for you to get these deals to create these shows and then put people on and the struggles you had when people would come against you online for bullshit. I understand the struggles. And so your celebration made it easy because at the end of the day, this is what I say about black talent. It's not a lot of opportunities that go around for us. We try and we push and we try to make it and we doing our things. And anytime somebody puts something on, I'm gonna be there to support it. I'm gonna show up because there's not a lot of opportunities for us that when we get a job, bitch, we just be so happy to get the job. We be so happy to get the job. And you can't always choose what space that job is in. And you just have to, and this is the thing is on a singular level, black people understand that. When you go into corporate America, when you go in your blue collar job, whatever job it is, you understand. Like you look around, there ain't nobody else there, and you be like, God damn it, but bitch, I gotta go to work every day because I get my check. Now I gotta deal with this shit. I gotta get my check. I gotta pay my bills. I gotta do the things. And I'm thankful for your celebration. I appreciate it.
No, you can have it all the time. And as we sort of close in on that experience, obviously, you know, you stopped doing press with Karai the final season
The stunt queen.
because
That's my Atlanta days coming out, bitch. Stunt queen, baby. I'm gonna send a note to Gayle King 10 minutes before. Stunt. Okay?
let's talk. Okay,
I'm gonna send a video.
first of all,
Gag y'all hoes.
I love you for your transparency and honesty because this is everything. Listen, I'm on Instagram in between my workout sets at the gym, and Gayle King is like, "Well, Karamo isn't here. He was supposed to be here." What we now learn is during the press run, your mother, which I mean, I'm not gonna cry because to have someone's mom hear something that is against her son based on something that as a black mother, immigrant, my only boy, he made it. And, you know, black mamas, they love when they see their son on TV.
They love it.
You know what I'm saying? They like, that's my baby, right? To know that she overheard conversations about her baby amongst your castmates, when she told you what was said, and you a mama's boy.
Yes, fully. I protect that woman with all my heart. I'm a girls gay. I love that's period. You a girls gay too. We're girls gay. We're girls gay.
Yes.
Bitch, I love a woman. Okay,
Yes.
I'm gonna honor her.
I love all the girls.
Exactly.
It's my tagline.
So my mama crying. I couldn't.
So she came to you crying
Yes.
and said what?
She said I didn't know. She said, why didn't you tell me? And I was like, tell you what? And she's like, that they don't like you. And that just, because the thing is, you have to understand, I was also hiding this experience from my mother because I wasn't telling people. Because you can't, like, unless you're in it, like you are, it sounds like I'm complaining, or that's the mindset I had, is that like,
I received that.
you know, you receive it, you feel like I can't complain about this. Like, and so I just couldn't say anything. And so I hid it from even my own family. The experiences, the microaggressions, they didn't know. In their world, life is great. Karamo's life is great. They don't understand the ups and downs, the depression, all that. And so when she said it, I felt, first of all, sad. Because, oh my gosh, like, the secret's out. I felt embarrassed, but then I felt pissed because I'm like, now you got my mama involved.
Yeah.
And bitch, I can take a whole lot. And this has been the story of my life. I can take on a whole lot, but bitch, when you start fucking with people I love, oh, it's over. It's over. It's like, that's the part of me, that's Scorpio sting side come out. You start fucking with people I love, who I ride with, oh, it ain't playing that way. Which is why I have long relationships with people, because they know I'm ride or die. They know they call me. You have the same way. You call me, I'm coming. I'm showing
That's
up.
true.
And so that was the catalyst. I said, oh, you got my mama crying, bitch. Fuck you.
Did she tell you what they said exactly?
I didn't ask. I was too embarrassed.
Till this day.
Don't care. I don't care because for my own growth. Because I think a lot of times, and this is a lesson for people, we feel like we need to know every detail so that we can, like, what? What's that detail gonna do for me? Bitch, I already know y'all was talking shit. Bitch, I don't even know what you were saying, girl. Could give a fuck. Because I'm, first of all, not gonna qualify it or defend it. So, but what I do know is that the person you are, and that gives me all the knowledge I need to know how to move next, how to move out of this situation and to grow. You understand? I know y'all full of shit. So, bitch, I don't need to know. I don't need to know the details of it. And people get boggled down. I need to know what you said. Bitch, I don't know. You know how they made you feel. And I think that's where the shift is. Remember how they made you feel. Once you know how they made you feel, it don't matter what they said. Because all you now is going to, this is the problem with, like, when we find that information out, if your self-esteem is not strong enough, it will seep in. And it will start to ruminate, and you'll ruminate over it, and it will start to affect your self-esteem. And I see so many people who thought they were being empowered by finding out the information, and they end up allowing that loop to affect their self-worth and how they move through the world. I don't need to know what they had said about me. What I need to know is how I was going to react out of that situation, and I reacted properly. You know, but you have to do what you got to do, because I know if I would have said anything, they would have done what they've always done. They would have said, "Show up, you know, play your role, do what the fuck you got to do." And again, you have to learn how to respond in a way that's going to empower you and help you to grow.
And I listen, on some real shit, I would have done it the same way you have, because, and not just solely the exit plan, more so like, listen, sticking through the sort of like, okay, I get it. We're not friends. We're coworkers. This is bigger than you. And I'm not going to let any of you take me off of my trajectory, because your career continues to catapult. You had the talk show. Congratulations on the multiple seasons you had as the first gay person to have
male.
I'm sorry, male.
Because Ella had it, but male.
Yeah. The first gay male to have a daytime talk show, and daytime talk is so difficult to even get. So to have it for multiple seasons, and again, the next 15, if you guys watched it, your whole goal was, I want a talk show.
Carlos, hold on. I'm so glad you brought this up. Hold
Manifestation.
on. This is the thing. Wow, this is so beautiful. I'm getting chills. Next, you brought former reality show stars together to see what they were going to do with the next 15 minutes of their career.
Yes.
That was the premise of the show. What are you going to do with the next 15 minutes of your career? And you said, I'm going to give you all an opportunity to become talk show hosts. And bitch, when I heard that, I said, bitch, Carlos going to let me do what? I said, bitch, I'm going to do everything I can to make sure this man sees and knows I am serious about this. And you know how the show went, bitch. I was the only one at the end. And me and Claudia were the talk show.
Yeah.
But I walked off that show and I said, oh, this is not done. I'm going to be a talk show host. I was convinced because you planted a seed in me that it was possible. You planted a seed. So when I'm helping these millions of people with my daytime talk show, you planted that seed. Because again, you talk about representation, what you saw in me when I was on Real World. No one said to me before you know you can be a talk show host. And I'm going to show you how. I'm going to give you a whole season to do it. With a smile on my face. And I was like, bitch, so you going to give me every resource I can so I can show the world I'm a talk show host? I was not going to take that. And you know this from being there. I did not take that opportunity lightly at all, bitch. I was showing up every meeting, everything. Girl, I'm like, what we got to do?
You came in early, you did the job, you did everything. No.
But you are the reason
Karamo.
that the seed got planted, that it was possible. And so this is the give and exchange of why I love you and what you do for us. You help us, you plant seeds, you do these things. Because when I walked in my show set, there in my office, I wish I had a photo of it. I should have brought one. I had a thing of the next 15 because this was my next 15. This is literally this was it. I was like, bitch, this is what Carlos said I could do. And here it is. And yeah.
I'm going to say this, Alice, camera on me now. And I'm going to say this because this is the prime example of this. The reason why a lot of reality stars don't make it is because they're not grateful for the small wins. They're not grateful for the small beginnings. Mm-hmm. They're not grateful for the small opportunities that come their way. Everybody wants to be Nene Leakes or Kim Kardashian, and they don't want to do the work that's necessary to get there. Everybody wants social media to love them. Everybody is not doing their job. The fact that he didn't say, I'm on TV1, I don't care, like this small-ass network. It was the fact that you showed up and said, I'm just going to be the best I can be. And the reason why God has always propelled you to unforeseen heights is because Karamo is what I try to tell all my reality stars I work with, that take the small wins and be grateful for it. And God will bless you with all of your heart's desires. There's reality stars that I've worked with before that I have seen so much potential in, but they never appreciated the opportunity because they were like, oh, I should be on a bigger network. A lot of them, I must be real with you. A lot of them want to be on Bravo. They want to be a housewife. Mm-hmm. And that's fine, do you. But also know that if you're not appreciating the actual opportunity
that's in front
of you, why would God bless you with something bigger? And when they fumble the bag and they lose the opportunity, that's when they start blaming everybody else except them. You did not protect your opportunity. Mm-hmm. And Karamo Brown is the prime example of being on a show, The Next 15. The least followers, the like not the most popular.
Nope. Broke, baby.
Okay,
none of it.
The least paid, but he was the most grateful. Mm-hmm. And this is a prime example of how you are grateful for every single opportunity that comes your way. And you don't have to be in entertainment to get that lesson. I want all of you guys to get the lesson of when God sees you be grateful for the small opportunities to give you, oh baby, he's planting the seed for something bigger. Because when God can see, if you can handle this small blessing, then my child, I know you can handle the bigger one, the big. And you have been
you better preach because you're talking the truth.
You have been the personification of that. And that's why I have to bring it back to, even when he bought his fabulous home in LA, he said, hey girl, I'm having a pool party. You want to come? I'm like, I'll be there for you. And he gave me, I get chills. I'm not going to cry. To see someone that looks like me win, and you gave me a tweet, said, look, Carlos, like, this is my bedroom. This is this. And look, and you know, for black people, I got a pool. You know what I mean? Because for black folks, you have a pool. You made it, bitch. And you went from, I'm a social worker and I have a small apartment, but Carlos, if you give me the opportunity, I'm just happy to be here.
I would take it.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
And
I'm thankful for you. I'm proud of you, but I'm also thankful.
Yeah,
for
no,
you.
and vice versa. So what is next for Karamo Brown? Because I know this ain't it.
Oh, it's not it. It ain't it. Well, I'll tell you this. What I am focused on right now is like, for the past 2 years, I've been on a complete wellness journey, like 100% sober, focusing on my mental health, my physical health. I launched an app called Key, and it's the first app that is where you can get a customized fitness plan, customized nutrition plan, a grocery list, sobriety support, mental health support. I record videos in there all the time. I do everything in this app because I also have an AI where you can talk to me. I also do webinars where people can actually ask me real questions and talk to me. You go to livekey.com, liveke.com to get that.
Right there.
But I created this because I knew the next journey was giving all the people who have watched me some space that they could go to have access to all the resources that I didn't have when I was trying to build myself up. I will also tell you this. I have written 3 books, children's book, 1 memoir, and I have been asked for 10 years to write a self-help book. And I always said, I will not write a self-help book. I said, I will not do it. And the reason I said I wouldn't do it is because I said, until I'm living 100% the truth, I'm not going to do what these snake oil salesmen do and lie to nobody. I'm going to have to live it to give it. I'm not going to be over. When I give advice, it's partly based on my training, but it's also based on my life experiences. That's why I'm so transparent. But I said a self-help book that's going to live for years, it has to come from a place of truth. So I just actually turned in the manuscript for my first self-help book, which I'm super excited about. I also have 2 brand new shows that are be coming out that I'll tell you about off on camera because the network has to announce them first.
By the way, I cut you off. I was the first to know. Alex, camera me. I was the first to know about his talk show. He said, hey, bitch, I'm having a talk show off the record. I'm going to do Dancing with the Stars first.
I told you.
You said, it's a strategy. I'm doing that first. I will be going by Karamo, one name only. And then after that, my talk show will debut. And I said, not a strategy.
A strategy, bitch. That's my favorite word. Bitch, the business of it.
That.
Bitch, when I tell you that people read me, they were like, what are you doing on Dancing with the Stars? That is not. And I said, bitch, I want a daytime talk show. And I want people around the country who are not used to watching Netflix or whatever, who are not watching Queer Eye, to know who I am. And I'm not going to tell them my last name. I'm just going to give them one name. And bitch, did what I needed to do. Did what I needed to. So what is everything that's coming next, and you'll see, is elevating of how I'm helping people. I'm so clear now about my mission in this world. I'm so clear about my purpose. I don't even have a question. I know I'm here to heal people. I am here to heal, and that looks fun sometimes, that looks messy sometimes, and it looks straightforward sometimes. But I know I am here to heal. I am here for people to know that they can call me at any time. I can guide them. People stop me on the street and I sit and I'll talk to them, give them advice. People hit me up. Don't be doing this all the time, but people hit me up, ask me for money, and I give money. I'm not joking. I swear to God. People, you know how you get that part of your Instagram where it's like you got to accept the message? I read those, and someone will be like, I'm struggling right now. And I will immediately send them some money, because I also know what it is like to be a single father raising 2 boys in a 2-bedroom apartment, lying on the next 15 about, because I was taking a bus. Can somebody let me borrow their car so I can come drive to this set and seem like I got a cute car to pull up?
And your producer, Stephanie, would sometimes drop you off at home.
Stephanie would drop me off at home. My producer, because everybody else had Bentleys, baby, but I was like, baby, I got to get on the bus. I got to get home. It's about to be home. Like, this is the real. So when people hit me up now, and this is what I mean about my purpose and I know I'm here, God has blessed me. I am completely blessed. You talk about my home. You talk about the things that I'm getting. And so I can talk about those things without feeling fear of people being like, he's bragging, because I give. I give quietly, as most people should give quietly.
Agreed.
And I know I'm talking about right now.
Don't let your right hand know what your left hand is doing.
Exactly. And so, like, I do this because I know I'm here to help. I know I'm here to heal. I know what my purpose is. And when me telling my truth recently in the People magazine and sharing anything, I've had all these executives and people telling me who are higher up saying, oh my gosh, I've been through that. I've experienced that. I've went through that. I know what you've gone through. We even talked about this in the elevator. You were like, oh, bitch, I know exactly who you're talking to. I went through the same thing with these exact same people. And I'm not calling the names out because I don't need to, because the names I'm going to call out are the people who are now accepting me in new rooms and opening up new doors.
Good for you.
You know what I mean? And so I'm just excited. Just excited about what's coming next. Like the end of 2026, 2027, 2028, baby. Y'all thought. There's a reason that I've been here since 2004, baby, over 20 years, okay? There's a reason, baby. I know how to keep reinventing, girl. Madonna taught us. Beyonce taught us, okay? They said reinvent. Do what you got to do. No, I'm joking. But.
And listen, for you even, I know for you, it must feel nice to be financially blessed?
It feels good.
You are a millionaire. Do you? Okay. Between us boys, do you sometimes go to your account and just check it and be like, okay, it's still there. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, okay, Nene Leakes said when she first made her first million, and this was of course back in the day where we all went to ATM machines. Nene Leakes said she would randomly go to the ATM machine and print out the receipt, and she would read it and say, and she said her cup holder in her car was full of ATM receipts because the bitch said, I can't believe I have this much money in my bank account. Like, me knowing your humble beginnings and your struggles, and I think this is empowering for people, because when Nene shared that story,
I think it's very empowering.
And Keisha Kayori said the same thing to me. She said, first of all, bitch, check your bank account every single day. And I'm like, every day? She said, what are you afraid of? And I said, well, I just don't want. She said, check it every day. And I said, okay. Like, do you sometimes be like, damn?
So I'll say this. I'll talk about this in this instance. I don't check my bank account every day because the way that my money is set up, I don't have access to check it like a bank account. There's no receipt coming out. Like when, you have to understand that, you start putting your money in trust and sort of investments, sort of things. When you have those things, you're not taking it out of an ATM because, there's a deeper conversation that we need to have as Black folks about putting your money just in some financial institution that is not really paying you the dividends you deserve, that it's not making money for you. It's a different thing. So I can't see my money just from an ATM because my money is out there working right now. She's at work. She has a job. She has a job to do right now. So, bitch, just like any employee, bitch, if I see you hanging around, bitch, I'm gonna say, what you doing? What is going on? Why? You ain't got no work to do? It's like when I was young and my mama would walk in the house and she'd be like, y'all ain't got nothing to do right now? That's how I feel about my money. You ain't got nothing to do right now? So, but I am very thankful because I will never go back to where I was because I know what it's like, and I will always make sure that I am putting my money right, putting in things. Literally, one day we should have a conversation about Black finances and what to do.
Oh, we gotta, Black people with financial literacy is a thing, and hiding it under your mattress or just in the financial institution is not the move.
I was given a girlfriend the other day who is struggling right now because she just got through a divorce. And I said, go buy you an insurance, a life insurance policy. And she said, what for? And I said, go buy it and then put it into a trust. Now, we can't go deep into this because this is not the space. But I just put out y'all on game. This is not something for the wealthy to do. If you got some money right now, go get a life insurance policy, $1 million, go put it in a trust. Because then that's what you borrow against. And you'll be making money off of that. Now, go Google, go put in ChatGPT and Claude and learn. But these are the conversations that I be saying to people, like, they think you have to have money to make money. They think you have to be rich to do things. And I'm like, any nigga out there who's ever had to work and do something, you are smart enough. If you were smart enough to figure out your bus schedule to get to work, you smart enough to make $1 million, baby. You are smart enough. You have it in you. And I just can't wait to have more of those real conversations of what I learned, like how I said, oh, okay, what do I do with this? You know what I mean? Because again, you know me, like I'm taking a bus and doing whatever. And now I'm like, I don't do that no more. Mm-hmm. Well, I still do sometimes.
Well, no. And the thing is,
I still do. But
I want our...
Actually, I rode my bike here. Good for you.
Well, the rain drivers know this. I recently sold my house. I said, I don't need this big ass house.
Scam.
Scam. I'm
selling mine.
Because the thing is, I'm like, it's just me. I have no kids, no young people. I don't have a family like that.
That scam they told us of go buy you a big. It's a scam.
Property taxes, landscaping, exterminator,
all the extra fees. It's
HOA.
A scam, baby. I will rent all day.
Thank you. Home ownership is not the flex.
Not the flex. Baby, listen, and I'm not saying if this for you, do it. But
if you have a family and you want to live in a house for 10 plus years, buy a house.
Buy a house.
If you like me and you doing it, traveling, living, and
I don't need to show off with no big house no more. That's when I first made it. That was what I needed to do. I felt like I needed to do it to prove to myself I made it. Now I know better. I don't need to. I need to. What I do want is investment properties.
Yes.
What I do want is to be in my apartment, and when something go break down, I call somebody else and don't have to worry about no warranty, no fixing. Bitch, come in here. Bitch, it'll be 11 o'clock at night. The building I live in, I'd be like, hey, the oven light's not out. Can you come fix it? They be like, yes, sir.
They get tired of me putting in requests.
Requests all the time.
Like, Mr. King, I'm like, hi.
Hi.
Are you at home? I'm actually not, but go in.
Go in, bitch. I don't give a fuck.
Look, ain't shit this motherfucker, because everything is
gone. And bitch, when I'm done with y'all, I'm gone. Let me tell y'all something. We're going to put these kids on one day.
Let's put the kids on. Thank you. Thank you for this. God's timing is always perfect.
Yes.
This was a time for us to talk.
Yeah.
And I'll say it over and over and over again. I'm thankful for our friendship, but I'm also proud of the man that you are. And from one fellow gay black man to another, keep soaring.
You too.
You make us proud.
You too. You
make us proud.
If I can leave your audience with one thing.
Go ahead, baby.
A little message for them.
Go ahead.
This is something I've been telling people recently that I want people to hear. And I've been saying this a lot lately. The compass was invented before the clock. So it's not about the amount of time, it's about the direction. And I think sometimes people get caught up with the amount of time it's going to take for their goals, to get the family they want. They feel like, I got to hit it by this time. Baby, it's about the direction you're going in. Look at what you're doing, the steps that you're taking, how you're guiding yourself, who you're aligning with, how you're acting. That's more important than the time it takes. Because what we are true testaments of is, baby, I could have, like you said before, with all these reality stars, I could have saw an opportunity and said, oh, fuck, it's supposed to happen now. I still don't even know what's greater is coming, but I do know the direction I'm going. And that's my last little piece for y'all.
That was good. Karamo Brown, y'all. I'm sorry. Karamo.
Okay, thank you.